Football's a game of eras, and right now we're living through the rebirth of a giant. Inter Milan, once feared across Europe, then forgotten by many, is back. Louder, stronger, smarter, scarier, and one match away from immortality. Inter Milan isn't just winning again, they're dominating. From dismantling rivals in Serie A to staging one of the greatest Champions League semi-finals in history, the Nerazzurri have risen from their ashes with vengeance. This is not just a comeback, it's a football revolution, led by the quiet brilliance of Simone Inzaghi, backed by a squad of warriors, and fueled by one of the most passionate fan bases on earth. Like that, Inter has redefined resilience. And May 6, 2015, that epic clash against Barcelona, it was the turning point, a game that had everything: drama, goals, heartbreak, and finally, glory. But how did Inter get here? Who are the masterminds behind this resurgence? What tactics, transfers, and raw emotion brought them to the edge of history? This is the rise of Inter Milan, and trust us, you don't want to blink. It's time to tell the story of a team that refused to stay down, because Inter didn't just rise, they came back for everything. In 2010, Inter Milan stood on top of the world. Jose Mourinho had just led them to a historic treble: Serie A, Coppa Italia, and the Champions League. San Siro was a fortress, and Inter wasn't just feared, they were respected. But then, silence. Mourinho left, the magic followed. What came next was a whirlwind of mediocrity, misfiring strikers, forgettable managers, and seasons that felt like a slow heartbreak. From 2011 to 2018, Inter became a club clinging to its past, hoping its future would magically appear. And it wasn't just football. Off the pitch, the club was financially fragile. Ownership changes brought uncertainty. Stars like Schneider, Milito, and Zanetti were replaced by chaos and confusion. Inter was no longer the predator, they were the prey. The lowest point? Missing out on European football. For a club with Inter's legacy, it felt like a gut punch, but Inter didn't die, they regrouped. When Sunning took over in 2016, the blueprint changed. Slowly, the pieces started falling into place, ambition returned, structure returned, and soon, so did belief. The sleeping giant wasn't dead, it was just getting ready to roar again. There's no such thing as a great rise without great warriors, and Inter Milan's current roster? They're not just players, they're full-blown gladiators. Let's start between the sticks. Jan Sommer may look like a polite Swiss gentleman, but on the pitch, he turns into a shot-stopping assassin. He's pulled off acrobatic saves this season that defy both physics and logic. Somewhere, a striker's therapist is still processing it. In front of him, a defensive trio so solid it could file for UNESCO heritage status. Alessandro Bastoni is cool under pressure and deadly with the long ball. Francesco Acerbi, the 36-year-old, he's aging like red wine with extra preservatives. And Benjamin Pavard, he didn't just come from Bayern, he brought their winning DNA and a refusal to get dribbled. Now to the midfield, aka Inter's Chaos Factory. Nicolo Barella covers more ground than most scooters in Milan. He's feisty, fearless, and somehow manages to yell at refs in 5 languages. Çalhanoğlu, a set-piece wizard and deep-lying genius with passes like he's got a GPS in his boots. And Davide Flatesi is the late-arriving ninja. Quiet for 85 minutes, then bam, he's scored. And the attack? Lautaro Martinez isn't just scoring, he's leading by example, celebrating like a man possessed. He's got 25 goals this season and still presses like he's on trial. Next to him, Marcus Thuram brings the flair, the pace, and the chaos. Together, they're fire and ice. This isn't just a team, this is a war machine in Nerazzurri armor, blending youth, experience, and just enough madness to make them terrifying. And with these warriors, Inter doesn't just play, they conquer. Tactics win battles, and Simone Inzaghi, he's cooking up war plans in that technical area like Sun Tzu with a whistle. His 3-5-2 system isn't just a formation, it's a machine. Not flashy like tiki-taka, not chaotic like gegenpressing. It's clinical, brutal, and beautiful all at once. Start with the back 3. Bastoni steps into midfield like a deep-lying quarterback. Pavard is the silent assassin, never loud, always lethal. Acerbi, he's the boss. He reads the game like he's seen it all before, because, well, he has. Then there's midfield. Çalhanoğlu drops between the centre-backs to build play, like Pirlo with a modern twist. Barella is everywhere, dribbling, tackling, yelling, gesturing. And Fratesi, he sneaks into the box with the same stealth as your Wi-Fi, cutting out at 1-0 up. Wingbacks are the real cheat code. DeMarco's left foot, a heat-seeking missile launcher. Dumfries, a human freight train with 0 brakes and infinite stamina. These two don't just provide width, they cause full-blown panic on the flanks. And up front, the deadliest duo in Serie A, Lautaro and Thuram. Lautaro finishes with finesse and rage. Thuram dribbles defenders into retirement. Their off-ball movement is straight from a heist movie, coordinated, calculated, and ruthless. It's no wonder Inter has dominated possession, kept the best defensive record, and scored more than your favorite TikTok influencer gets likes. This isn't pretty football, this is perfectly organized chaos, and Inter's playing it like chess, while the rest are stuck on checkers. Every great campaign has its defining battles, and for Inter, the Champions League semi-final against Barcelona on May 6, 2025 was nothing short of legendary. The first leg at the Estadio Olympique Louis Company set the stage with a thrilling 3-3 draw. Inter struck early, with Marcus Thuram scoring within 30 seconds, the fastest goal in a Champions League semi-final. Denzel Dumfries added another, but Barcelona, led by the prodigious Lamine Yamal, fought back valiantly. Yamal's dazzling run and goal ignited the comeback, with Ferran Torres and a Rafinha-induced own goal leveling the score. The return leg at San Siro was a rollercoaster. Lautaro Martinez opened the scoring in the 21st minute, followed by a Hakan Çalhanoğlu penalty, giving Inter a 2-0 lead. However, Barcelona showed resilience, with goals from Eric Garcia and Dani Olmo leveling the match. Rafinha's 87th minute strike seemed to seal Inter's fate, but Francesco Acerbi's stoppage time equaliser forced extra time. In the added period, Davide Fratesi emerged as the hero, netting the decisive goal in the 99th minute. Goalkeeper Jan Sommer's heroics, including crucial saves against Yamal, ensured Inter's 4-3 victory on the night and a 7-6 aggregate win. This epic encounter, marked by tactical brilliance, individual heroics, and sheer determination, propelled Inter to their second Champions League final in 3 seasons. The match was lauded as one of the greatest semi-finals in Champions League history, a testament to Inter's indomitable spirit and strategic prowess. The San Siro isn't just a stadium, it's a thunderstorm with seats. On nights like May 6, 2025, it becomes a cauldron where history is boiled down into 90 minutes of pure adrenaline. When Acerbi scored that stoppage-time goal to equalize, when Fratesi smashed home the winner in extra time, when Sommer pulled off another miracle save, the roof nearly came off. The crowd didn't just witness greatness, they were part of it. And that's the power of Inter's 12th man. From the Curva Nord ultras chanting until their voices break, to the generation of fans who've endured every high and heartbreak, this team doesn't rise alone. It rises with Milan behind it. But while the fans are the heartbeat, the brains behind the operation deserve their flowers too. Inter's boardroom, once a financial minefield, is now run with precision. Smart signings, solid management, a self-sustaining football engine that doesn't just rely on oil money, it thrives on football IQ. And what's next? Another Scudetto seems within reach. The Champions League final awaits. Lautaro is in the Ballon d'Or conversation. Inzaghi is being called a tactical genius across Europe. And the rest of the squad? Hungry, united, unshakable. The rise of Inter Milan isn't just a comeback story anymore. It's a blue and black dynasty in the making. So, whether you're a rival, a believer, or just love the game, watch closely. Because Inter's not just playing for trophies, they're building a legacy that echoes beyond the San Siro. From chaos to control, from rebuilding to reigniting, Inter Milan's journey isn't just about trophies, it's about transformation. A club once doubted now stands on the brink of greatness again, backed by firepower on the pitch and passion in the stands. They've clawed their way back to the top, smashing expectations, silencing doubters, and writing one of the most thrilling comeback stories in football. But the biggest question still remains, will they win the Champions League final against PSG? The stage is set, the squad is ready, the world will be watching. Smash that like button if you're backing the blue and black, hit subscribe for the post-final reaction, and ring that bell so you don't miss the victory, or the heartbreak. Because this isn't just a match, this could be history.